All right, everyone, what's going on today? Today, I feel like we're going to do something a little bit different. Something that's going to make a lot of people hate me because I have the best ranking of every zombies map, and we're going to go through them all today here. Not only zombies, we also have extinction. This does not include MW3, but right now I can already tell you where I'm going to put MW3, and that would be probably an F. But, let's just step right into it. I'm just going to place in the ones I haven't played first. Never played Exodus. Was never a big Extinction fan. Never played Descent. I'm never played Awakening. I don't know what that is. Is that another Extinction map? Mayday. Let's get the Extinction ones in there. I've played the first Extinction map. Tortured Path, Carrier 5. Nightfall. Don't know what that one is. Point of Contact. I did play the first Extinction map, so that's staying there. Terra Maledicta, never played. And Der Anfang, never played. Infection, never played. And I think that's it. I think I've played every other map. I'm just gonna go through these real quick. Frozen Dawn, never played. Okay, I have played the rest. Now, it would be good to start with baseline. What I believe would guide the rest of the list, and I'm gonna put it pretty average, and that would be Der Riese. Basic map, not bad. It's got World War II weapons, Pack-a-Punch, Monkey Bombs, got everything. Small Easter egg. This is what the core of a map should be, and that's why it's average. It's nothing amazing. I'm not gonna let nostalgia blind me. I'm not gonna just put my favorite maps at near perfect, even though I should. But yeah. And now we can bring in another map that's practically identical. Those two have to go next to each other. If you're not thinking about the disappointment of just them being the identical map, Kino does take away. It does not have teleporters. But it also brings in new wonder weapon, new traps, new enemy types. So it does bring stuff in as well. Start of Black Ops 1, I'd put them about right next to each other. Now we're going to go down the list now that we have that baseline. Revelations. For me, it would either be good or great. Now, Revelations was if we're talking from an Easter egg standpoint, it was a lot of just shooting things. I don't remember the egg being that hard. The boss fight was a little tough, but nothing crazy. Everyone likes to hype up how overcomplicated BO3 is. What are the steps in these? Go shoot skeletons, go pick up the reels, place the reels down, kill stuff in the Margwa, the giant Apothicon. From a map standpoint, it's a giant circle. It's a giant circle with Nocturne Totem in the middle. From a story standpoint, it's pretty mid. I'm gonna have to put this in good. Ascension. Now, it took everything that Kino did. It did add to it a little bit, so it would have to be above Kino. The monkeys kind of annoy me from a gameplay standpoint. It's a decent change to not just have dogs again. but them stealing your perks gets so annoying, especially if you're playing on solo. From a solo standpoint, it's still as easy as this map is. It's annoying. It's more frustrating than hard. I'm probably going to have to put Ascension on high average. Darkest Shore, haven't played since the map came out. I do, however, remember liking it, not more than the Final Reich. I didn't think it was awful, though. So it's not definitely not going in these two. But I do remember it not living up to expectations. So we're going to have to put it in lackluster. Final Reich, I'm not putting on par with Revelations. There's going to be a lot in between them. But it is also a good map. The Easter egg, the Tesla gun, you can have 2 different Easter eggs. The boss fight was great. The characters were not a lot to remember story standpoint. That's why I'd feel it would go better off like down here. But it is good. Now, Origins. I think it's a bit overrated. I mean, it's like, I don't think it's perfect. I do think it's great. It was one of the maps I feel like didn't have to be remade. It was pushing BO2, which would be great. It's great on BO3, don't get me wrong, but it's also great on BO2. And the game's only been a couple years apart. I think it was like 3 or 4 years apart, the maps at least. Maybe even 5, I'm not sure. Gobblegum made the map really easy, not gonna lie. If you were stacked on Gobblegums, the map was really easy. Now, from a solo standpoint, this map's hard. Co-op, it's not too bad. I'm gonna have to put this map at great. Story standpoint, it's got the same problems as Revelations, where it's good all through, and then the endings kinda, it like kinda gets crap. I'm gonna have to put it at great. Zombies in Spaceland, I think, is the most overrated IW map. Honestly, it's simple. It's the most like BO3. It's the safest choice. So I'm gonna have to put it in good, behind Revelations. Not much going for the story. Just starting you everything off. Beast from Beyond, I'm gonna put in bad. The cryptids were cool. The boss fight was cool. Mephistopheles was cool. The map did not play well at all. You get stuck in so many... And I haven't played this in a little while. I could be misremembering. I remember very painfully not liking this map. But it did have a good difficulty scale. The map itself wasn't too bad. The early rounds were hard. Later on, it became easier. And then the boss fight went back to hard again. Shadowed Throne. I have not played in so long. I do remember it being good. Not as good as the Final Reich. It's probably gonna go there. Now, just so you know, this is my list of pretty much how I would want to play them. I would want to play Origins more than Rev, Rev more than Spaceland, Spaceland more than Final Reich, Final Reich more than Ascension. I'm gonna have to put that in between. I think I'd rather play Derice than Shadowed Throne. Bus Depot. Now, from a would I want to play it standpoint, it's definitely below Kino. It's got less than Kino has to offer. But if you also think, if you're just playing it for a challenge, excuse me, it's pretty average. So I think I'm gonna have to put it at the bottom of average. Die Rise. Anyone who fights me on that's wrong. It's staying there. And you got nothing you can do about it. Mauerd or Toten. One of the better Cold War maps, I will admit. I'd put it good, below the final rank. I remember that Easter egg when it came out would glitch so much more than any other of the recent ones. At least from my point of view. Playing Firebase Z, I was able to finish it day one of, not day one, like day 2, day 3 of map being released. What's the other map called? Hold on, why am I blanking on what the Noct remake's called? Where is it? That D Machine. D Machine, I could also beat day 1, 2, 3 of the map coming out. Mauer Tone's the one that gave me the biggest problems. I don't think I beat this till like months, maybe even a year after it came out, because I got so frustrated every time I tried to do it. Get stuck in the, what was it, plutonium, uranium, making the nuke, whatever. Getting the radioactive material. I always got stuck on that Easter egg, getting stuck on the zip lines for so long, and I just gave up. But from a map standpoint, the bosses were good. It had a good gameplay loop. Simple map layout. Easter egg wasn't too tough, wasn't too easy. I'm gonna have to put it at good. I don't remember what perk it added either. Was this one Death Perception? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Nocturne Totem. Where would I put this? Because I feel like I'd have to put it on par with Bus Depot. It's got the same amount of stuff in it. Difference is like 3 doors, 1 door. So just because it's I feel like it's bigger. But Bus Depot does have more spots to run around and it's easier to play. I don't know. I feel like these are interchangeable. Moon. This is where it's going to get some people. Moon is one of the best maps of all time. And I will fight anyone on this. Yes, it's RNG based Easter egg. That's why it's near perfect. It doesn't say perfect. It would probably be at the end. From a story standpoint, the end of Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 is my favorite zombies. Moon was the perfect ending to Black Ops 1. Blowing up the earth, being able to go back to Area 51, seeing all that destruction, as crappy as it looked. And then the BO3 remake, perfect, fixed everything that was wrong with the map, apart from the RNG, but, you get an immolation, problem solved. Moon is a simple Easter egg, but with tight corners, doing stuff at the middle of the rounds could make it quite difficult. From story gameplay, it is amazing. It is one of my favorite maps. I play it till this day, even the BO1 version. I'll hop on my PlayStation 3, play it, just like how I did in the back when it was new. And yeah, Voyage of Despair, painful. This was just as bad as Mauer on release, if not worse. And that's not me hating on BO4, because I do like some BO4 maps. Voyage is a bad map, and it's weird, because I liked it when it came out. But compared to every other BO4 map, maybe apart from Blood of the Dead, actually no. It's better than every other BO4 map. I will admit. Outbreak, I did not care for it. That just would be me personally. I didn't give it the time. I don't know much about it. I'm going to have to put it in lackluster because I don't know. Actually, I can put it in no opinion. I've done the first Easter egg. I didn't do the second. From what I did in the first, I'd say it's lackluster. Maybe the second brings it up to average, but for me, it's lackluster. Grosvenor House, this is my favorite of the survival type maps. So I'm going to have to put it above Noct Bus. It's difficult, but it's doable. If I remember correctly, there was an Easter egg to get the mystery box Pack-a-Punched, so you could live for a while, but there were no perks. That's it. That was a good map. Dead of the Night, it's not terrible. It's big. which gets me. I tend to miss a lot on the big maps. The Wonder Weapon was good. This map was very, very, very complex, like more so than Voyage. The story was alright. I think I'm gonna have to put it in lackluster. I'd rather play it than Outbreak, not than the Dark. I'd rather play it than the Darkest Shore. Horizon Jack's near perfect. I mean, it's a cross between Mob, Origins, Moon. The Easter egg ending is the same as Moon. It's more so started the BO3 story than the Giant did. The Giant did start it, but Horizon Jack went more in depth with it. I do think it's one of my favorite maps of all time, if not my favorite. 9. Oh. 9's a great map. I love 9 so much because you can make it a great challenge. You can stay in the spawn till around 20, 30, go with the Pack-a-Punch Strife if you get lucky on your challenges. That will carry you for a while. Just start like hoarding everything, go through door to door, opening every single thing, doing the bosses mid-round. 9 is one of those maps that I can have the most fun on, depending on how I optimize it, or die instantly. But I would want to come back to it again. 9's Easter egg, I did not like 9 on release, I'm going to be honest. 9 solo is kind of bland. 9 with friends is where it really shines. I love playing 9 today. Shaolin Shuffle. This was my least favorite, no, second least favorite IW map, apart from Beast from Beyond. I thought the fighting styles were cool. For an IW map, I thought it was a little complex, but not crazy. I did not like the map, did not like the boss fight, did not like the Easter egg. It's going lackluster. Farm would have to go above Noct because it's better than Bus Depot. It does bring perks in, so from a gameplay standpoint, it's above Noct. Zetsubou no Shima? It's not bad. I'd probably put it below Revelations, though, right below. I'd probably interchange them. As a map, neither are bad, I don't think. Easter egg, I prefer Rev, though. Especially because I play solo a lot. Rev is a little bit more forgiving. Not easier, but forgiving. If I die on Rev, I mean, there's so many ways to get back up. Zetsubou, I've had so many times I die, go back for like Jug, get backed into a corner, and die again. Town, I'm gonna have to put it with Kino. It's a little smaller. It really depends what you like. Got all the same stuff. Nothing crazy to talk about it. Pack-a-Punch perks, couple doors. It's a survival map. Outbreak. It was a poor start to AW, which is probably why I never bought all the maps. I hated the poison zombies. Those things were nasty. That map was not the best. I'm just going to put this one right here. Tortured Path is not good, especially on launch when you couldn't play. You couldn't do the Easter egg solo. You had to play with other people. Oh, also, if you like my pink mouse, please hit that subscribe and like button. Carrier, we are going to put that. Also, sorry if I sound weird. I am starting to feel a little sick. Nothing crazy, though. I'm okay. Carrier is my favorite Advanced Warfare map. I'm probably going to have to place it below Ascension. It's good. It's average. Nothing special. It fixed every problem I had with Outbreak. I don't know much about the story. The Easter egg, I don't know much about. I mean, none of the AW Easter eggs were that crazy. Carrier was probably the best in Advanced Warfare, in my opinion. But to be fair, I also haven't played Descent or Infection, but I've heard Infection's very bad. So I haven't played Descent. Maybe Descent's amazing. Who knows? 5. Brought in a boss zombie. More tight quarters than Kino. Because Kino didn't have a boss zombie. This brought in the Pentagon Thief. Bonfire Sale brought in a lot of good changes. Winter's Howl, probably one of the worst Wonder Weapons at the time. I'd put 5 right here. I feel like that's pretty fair. Now, this is where I'm going to get some hate. Because I like Attack of the Radioactive Thing. I'm going to be honest, I like the map. I like the chemistry step, I think it's cool. It's something that I would only do once. So I'm glad it's not in any other maps, it's not redone. It's cool to play that map. And, actually having to think. I play puzzle games, I like puzzle games. The chemistry just feels like a giant puzzle inside zombies. If you have multiple people, it's not bad. The people who are like, the chemistry step, you can pull up a guide online that tells you, if it's this billboard, if it's this chemical, then this is going to be the final answer. Attack of the Radioactive Thing is hard if you make it hard, easy if you make it easy. Boss fight's cool. Blowing up the bomb inside the radioactive thing, that was really cool. I do like the Wonder Weapon. The Mad's really fun to use, free upgrade. I think the map is my favorite on IW. Now, if Horizon Drac is more like Origins, Shadows is more like Mob. Shadows brings it back a Hollywood crew. The Easter egg is simple. Open Pack-a-Punch, get sword, upgrade sword, put a flag down around the map, then you're at boss fight. Like, there's not much to Shadows from an Easter egg standpoint, which is good. It's just playing the map. It's just getting stuff the map has to offer you. The rituals are really cool. It's kind of like the Origins generators. I think Shadows is one of the perfect maps. The story, the feeling, the ambience, all of it's amazing. D Machine, I'd put it at great. I think it's probably my favorite Cold War map. I don't have much to say about it. It's Nocturne Toten coming back. Cold War is fun. If you take it too seriously, I can see where people get the standpoint. Oh, it's boring, it's bad, it's whatever. I think Cold War is a fun game if you just play it like that. If you just play it to have fun. It's nothing crazy. Don't have to do anything special. Just play the game as a game. I mean, don't go for an Easter egg. All the Easter eggs are overly simplified in this game because people complained about Black Ops 4 being overly complex, so they went on to the next Zombies game. Made it a little simpler. D Machine's Wonder Weapon did the reverse of Revelations. When D Machine came out, you could not Pack-a-Punch the DIE. What's the Wonder Weapon called? I think it's the DIE. Now you can, unlike Shadows, which had the glitch to Pack-a-Punch the Apothicon Servant, and then they took it away. Firebase Z. I'm going to put it on par with Mauer Tone. Maybe a little lower. I love the Ray K. I can see where people say the map is bland. For me, I don't know. I just have fun playing it. I like it. I'd rather play it over any of these maps. Not any, but if I'm in the right mood, I want to play Firebase. I do like it. I just played it the other day. Alpha Omega. When BO4 came out, I remember liking Alpha Omega. Going back to it, it's very bland. Now, don't hate me when I say I remember liking it, because it is a bland map. It's going lackluster. I had a bad experience of Voyage Despair. I did not like 9. On release, we're talking. Dead of the Night was a disappointment. Ancient Evil was an amazing map. So, already I only like one map in Black Ops 4. This map comes out. I play it. I have a good Easter egg experience with my friends. I think this was actually the first. No. This was. Because I did. No, I don't know why I said that. Because I did Ancient Evil. I did Blood of the Dead. Oh, and I barely played Classified. On release, it was probably my favorite map. Because I didn't like the rest. Except for Ancient Evil. It was bland over Ancient Evil. Now, going back to it, BO4 does stand in its own ground, and Alpha Omega is probably the worst. Now, these two are interchangeable for probably my second and third favorite map. I mean, not favorite map, but see, it's hard because I do have a favorite map, but it's not for the same reasons. If we're just talking from gameplay, what the map has to offer, I would say Dragon Dragon Mob, probably my top 2. Blood of the Dead. Also lackluster. I would have put it in bad. When the game came out, I do feel like it has a fun high round. I do enjoy playing with the Magma Gat. It does make the Acid Gat obsolete, which I kind of don't like. With friends, just high rounds, camping in the Warden's office. I do think it's fun. Not Warden's office, the Warden's house. Again, they made this map so complex, trying to get the, what was it, Golden Spork knife. Like, they had, instead of just Spork, Golden Spork, like a mob, they had so many different melee weapons. Spork, Golden Spork, Scalpel, or knife, Golden Spork knife. The Hell's Redeemer was annoying to get. I remember I never even usually attempted to get that. Blood Dead is pretty lackluster. Now, Shi No Numa is going to have to go with Groston House and Farm. Groston House does have that pack punch box, so it's going to go a little higher. But it also doesn't have perks, so it's probably on par with Groston House. Brought in traps, brought in dogs. Hiroji Crew, all from Shi No Numa. Shi No Numa did start a lot, and that's why I like Shi No Numa. It's fun, simple, easy, and it's got to go in average. Now, if you were to ask me about, I don't know, 10 years ago, oh god, is it really 10 years ago now? If I like Transit or not, I would have said yes, because I could not afford the DLCs, so that's all I really played was Transit. I did like Transit. If you were to ask me, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I'd say it's the worst map ever made. If you were asking me today, playing it on Plutonium on PC with friends has got to be one of the most fun experiences I've had on a map, which is why Transit is going to go in average, above Bus Depot, above Noct, above Farm, above Shino. It's going to be probably below Kino. As bad as that map is, it is so fun to play with your friends. The Giant, I'm going to have to put below Der Riese. From a story and a gameplay standpoint, I think it's better. The music Easter egg is so underwhelming, what they did to Beauty of Annihilation. Also, I do like the ambience of Der Riese better. I like playing World at War or Black Ops 1 better than, as much as I love BO3 and how refined it is, I have better nostalgia from BO1 and World at War. Buried is probably bottom of good. Buried's a good map. It's so easy. Getting Pack-a-Punch on round 1 is so easy. But that's okay. It doesn't need to be anything incredibly complex. And that's why it's going to go in B. I mean, it just exists. Now, this is where I lose some people. I think Tag is bad. Not bad. I think it is not great, though. I don't think it's a beautiful map. I think the story was underwhelming. I think as a map it's underwhelming. If you were to take into consideration that it was only a handful of people working on it at the time of BO4 because everything had been given up for Blackout, it could be lived up a little bit. And also, I don't know. I didn't like it. It was good for what it was. It just didn't hit with me. Call of the Dead. We're going into my golden era. Mid to late BO1 is amazing. Late BO2 is amazing. Early BO3 is amazing. If you skip over, Transit Die-Rise, everything from Call of the Dead to Der Eisendrache is amazing. Call of the Dead, I love. Simple Easter egg. George Romero is amazing. The feel of the map, it adds threats. You can't go everywhere in the map for a long period of time. You can't go in the water, you're going to freeze. I do like Tag der Toten. Where did I put it? There were some things about Tag der Toten I liked. With traversal, you can go from Lighthouse to, where OG Quick Revive was. Just, they made that so you can go over that. That was nice. Call of Dead could be refined. I do hope it gets remade again. Not remade, remastered. That would be fun. Ancient Evil, the best BO4 map. I had so many good memories on that. I haven't done around 100 Easter egg. I've done around 50 Easter egg, and that was crazy. I think it was the first time I played too. The map's simple. It's not hard. It's not easy though. For a BO4 Easter egg, it's a lot less complex. It's a lot more like Origins. Oh, get the hands, upgrade them, stop some gears. I don't remember the rest of the Easter egg. I do remember it wasn't too bad though. There was something about getting like really high challenges using the fire to light oil on fire, I think. The Anubis holdout step was kind of annoying on solo, but with two or more people it was easy. One Contact, only Extinction map I really played, and I think it was bad. That's why I haven't played the other 3. I don't really need to go into it. It's very linear, not really replayable, boring. Raven the Redwoods, also a good IW map. All of IW is mostly good, apart from Beast from Beyond. There's not much to say about it. It just plays like a BO3 map. The engines are the same. Infinity Ward did do good with IW zombies, which pains me that MW3 was so bad. Was it Infinity Ward or was it Sledgehammer that made MW3 zombies? I don't know. Maybe it's just two different teams entirely. Classified, I did not like. I actually really did not like. I didn't like how the only way to officially get the Easter egg was to go to what round was it 100, 200, something like that. I think it was bad. They brought back the Winter's Howl, made it a little bit better. It was boring. They added 2 small new areas, 3 if you count Area 51. It's not new, but it's new to the map. I mean, it's just 5, but somehow worse. I'm also going to get hate here. Gorod Trophy. You can say controversial all you want, because I'm going to put it in bad. No, I'm kidding. Right below Rev. It's not a bad map. This is another one where on release I didn't have a good experience with it. I've come back to it, liked it a little bit more. Haven't put in enough time in it to claim it as great or perfect. I understand where people are coming from. That's why I'm putting it in good. If someone wants to tell me why they love it, that would be perfect. But for me, I'm just going to have to put it in good. I don't think any BO3 map belongs below good. But it's not the worst of BO3, but it's not the best. Shangri-La, this map's amazing on BO3. It's good on BO1. I'm going to have to put it above Mauer. It's a good map. It's hard. Nothing crazy. Nuketown Zombies is it's bad. I don't like it. But I will put it above Beast from Beyond. It's high bad. Pretty lackluster, but high bad. Low lackluster. It doesn't have a lot going for it. And the random perks just make it even worse. Forsaken. We're going to put that in. I feel like it's got to be average. I mean, I don't think it's bad. It's got a lot going for it. It's very easy. The Easter egg is very simple. The Wonder Weapon's cool. The Crystal Axe is pretty cool. Verruckt is my favorite map. Tell me I'm blinded by nostalgia. I think is the best atmosphere for a map. Tied with Mob. I think it's an amazing setting during an amazing weapons. I mean, it makes you feel the most vulnerable. The perks help. You're not. I mean, the zombies go, what? Are they faster than you or same speed? One of the two. The perks help. They don't make it doable, though. It takes skill to play Verruckt. Now, if we're talking where it would go just as a map, it would probably be there. I do love this map. I have a lot of good memories of this map. It was my favorite of the World at War 4. It is boring. Play it with mods on BO3. They can add a pack-a-punch. Make it feel like Darius or Kino. But they brought in more World at War weapons. Could use the PPSH on this. I think the bar with the bipod is the stupidest thing ever, but I feel like it's also a big troll. I mean, imagine spending 2,500 points on a gun. I think the original bar was only like 1,500 or 1,800 points in Noct, so that's funny. Buying the bar with bipod room. I don't know what the purpose of that room is. I don't even know what the purpose of a bipod is, because I think there's only one spot you can use it on the map. But yeah, this is my zombies tier list. Thank you so much for watching. Fight me on it.